YouTube, what's good, family? Let's make some money back with another video. So they're saying that Young Thug's album flopped and it's a sign that the streets are dead. I said, the streets are dying? How? Because Young Thug was like the voice of the streets for his city, for almost the world at this point in time. And now, like, he's starting to lose his pull in the streets ever since the thing came out that people think that he's a snitch. They think that he turned on his fans. Like, I've even been watching videos reacting. He's losing the internet's, he's losing that mysteriousness and the interest and appeal that the internet gives you for the streets. Like, the streets is starting to lose its appeal, so the streets are dying. That's why rap music is dying. That's why Young Thug's album flopped. Like, even if you want to compare it, we got to compare it to Gunna. Gunna's album and music been doing good. It's almost like, if your lifestyle is good, that's better than being a gangster snitching rapper. You might, if you just had a good lifestyle and you were positive and you helped people and you made music where they weren't worried about your venues getting shut up, you would get paid more and have a better impact. Who would have thought? But with that being said, they're saying Young Thug's album flopped. I didn't listen to very much of it, but I did listen to the album. I wasn't that impressed. I mean, I think it was decent. He has some good songs on there, but he sounds a bit out of touch in comparison. So we're about to watch this video together. We're about to get a full breakdown of what's going on with Thug. I mean, I think Thug is a leader and he could bounce back. But I'm more so for the streets is losing their appeal and the streets is because of becoming the internet. All right, let's watch the video together. I'm MasoMoney. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're going to get straight into it.
It's that time, all right? It's time for an update
Trap
on
low raw,
Spider.
trap more raw.
Okay, King Spider, that is. Okay, Young Thug, all right? Everybody's favorite Fortnite skin updater, okay? He got all the skins, all right? He a spider, he been a snake. Some people are saying he might be another four-legged mammal that I shan't repeat. Okay, but we've finally got some updates on Young Thug, okay? If you saw my previous video about him doing that show at the courthouse in Atlanta, okay, he apparently did another song, all right? He did one of his songs with Gunna in front of the courthouse too.
Oh, he trying to get back. They making him.
So that's the song.
They making him do music in front of the
Gunna.
courthouse.
I wonder if he played the Gunna verse. I wonder if he actually played the Gunna verse.
Fulton County is crazy. Streets is dead. This is the Fulton County showing you the streets is dead.
It's crazy to even see him performing this because of all the stuff that he'd said about Gunna. But it just goes to show you he got a big catalog of songs that Gunna involved in.
Gunna put
like Gunna on them songs, but the crowd were loving it. Okay, it went down very well. Respect to Young Thug for still showing his face in this bad time. I'm sure he cut that off before Gunna's verse. But anyway, this whole thing was actually an anti-violence PSA. He did end his performance and told everybody to stop the violence, told Atlanta to come together. This is court mandated, okay? He has to say this. He can't be touching no stage. Can't even be in Atlanta without saying stop the violence. Like, imagine that, all right? That's where you from. And they basically say, bro, you can't even go back there unless you say stop the violence. Like, you can't, you're not even allowed in the area. You're not even allowed in the ends. Unless you say stop the violence.
Okay.
Cut it out. You can't even step through here. I thought that was crazy, but I actually respect that he's doing this because I've ragged on Young Thug endlessly for all of the harm and destruction that he's caused. You know, I've talked about how chilling it is to see Big Nut's mother crying at his graveside when Thug essentially got off with probation and time served. So the fact that he is saying to stop the violence and, you know, he didn't have a wife.
You don't even think about it when you saw him get free. You saw the artist got free. You don't think about the mama.
Stop the violence in this city, man. Atlanta's much better together. Stop the violence.
He avoided life in prison, but at least he's using his voice. Yeah, I'm with that.
I feel like the way he said it, like I feel like he didn't prepare this. He didn't think like what's some really pround stuff that I can say. He just like, man, stop the violence, man. Stop the violence. And we pushing anti-gang, like we pushing. Like, he making this, he freestyling this for sure, man. He should have put the auto tune on and threw in a little shnay, little ad lib.
He trolled.
Not any hard R's though.
That's what we pushing. We ain't getting in trouble. We ain't doing none of that shit. Don't mean nothing. It don't help. It don't work. It always ain't bad. Anti-gang, man. Anti-violence. We're not pushing that. We're not pushing V, man. We're pushing P.
He said we're not pushing V, we pushing P, man. Hey, you even saying Gunna's catchphrase, man. So even like that just goes to show you the influence that Gunna has, man. He said we're not pushing V, we pushing P, man. That's Gunna's phrase.
Miss Fannie Willis had to make make him
and
do
then he
it.
just
should've
launched
been
into that song for the
You should
hard R,
probably do it
man.
before you
That's
gotta go to
actually a
prison.
crazy contrast that he did
Because
that.
you don't got $1 million.
But
He do.
anyway, a lot of people have
You're
been
welcome.
losing their minds because after Young Thug and YFN Lucci, who were ops for years,
He linked
right?
with YFN
Young
Lucci,
Thug
the
famously
person
rapped,
who
"I
he
shot at
shot
his mummy, now he
out
no
the
longer
Maybach?
mention me," and YFN Lucci's mother did actually
Streets is
literally
dead.
in real life get shot.
Let's go. I've been waiting
over
so
this
long
beef.
for
People
this,
couldn't believe
bro.
they did a song
Streets is
together.
dead. I was tired
And
of
now
them
they
shooting.
pieced up. They in the
Let's
club
go.
together, man. They were
It's
spotted
not cool no more
outside
to be
together
street.
in the club. All right, that's Lucci there.
It's,
All right, and that's
let's go. It's not cool to be street anymore because you're dying for the big homie, but the big homie just linked up with the other big homie who both got y'all to shoot each other. So just become the big homie. Let's go. So it's not cool to shoot out for people who wouldn't go to jail and prison for life for you. They just let you die for their name and you make them better. And then they go pop bottles in a club together after they beat a life sentence Rico. Oh yeah, the streets is dead. Man, I worked hard for this. I prayed many days. I watched them shoot outside the crib. I was like, man, the streets got to die one day. I'm watching it die in live time. We're watching it die as a unit. Well, I'm supposed to be a gangster. I'm not supposed to like this. Well, whatever. It's fine.
Thug here with a little bandana on his head, whatever that is that he's wearing. He really in there with Lucci, man.
That's crazy,
Really
bro.
in there, right? Whole bunch of crazy names in the building for this, man. This is unbelievable to see these two together.
Killing
it's actually
ops
crazy.
isn't cool.
This says when you
Dying
fall
for the
out with
block
all your
isn't cool.
friends,
Let's
so
go
you
ahead-
just say
let's go
F
ahead and
it
make it a
and
movement.
join your ops. That's crazy. The comments
Join
too
the
funny,
ops.
but it's heartbreaking, okay? Them dudes
Who
either been
heartbreaking?
was
What's
cool or
heartbreaking about
something.
stopping
It
the
ain't
violence?
adding up.
This should make me
Thug
happy.
Ben said he had respect
I'm
for
tired.
Lucci.
My little brother
Damn,
just
Thug
tried
was
to
for
slide on
real.
somebody. I
Won't be
told him to
surprised
stop
if they
trying
drop
to
a whole
kill ops, but
collab
he don't
album
listen like
together.
that. So maybe he'll
New
listen
Young
to Young
Thug and
Thug.
Lucci tour incoming. Remember, you heard it here first. This be Deception and Charades for a tour and some money,
Yeah.
all for show.
It's all
Sending
about
some
the money.
sucker stuff. All right, but it is what it is now. Now, YSL Woody, he done already had a lot to say
Woody had to
about
kill for it.
Thug and
So
Lucci
he
getting on
probably
a song
feel it
together. He's
different.
seen them at the club together, and even he.
Thug just made you kill for it. Woody had to actually spank ops behind your words. So I'm sure that he was very passionate about this. Let's hear what YSL Woody has to say about his gang leader linking up with the person who he had to kill. Let's put it in the words of the streets.
To what was going on, man.
Is don't be looking for loyalty in these streets. There's no such thing as loyalty in the streets. You got niggas that's sitting in jail doing the rest of their life. You got niggas that's in their crime that ain't never getting up out of that motherfucker. Word of the day is there's no loyalty in the streets. Don't let them trick you. Don't let them manipulate you. Don't let them fool you. No honor amongst thieves.
Fact.
That's the
Words from the
God
shooter.
honest truth. No matter how much
Word from the stepper.
you put your life on the line, fuck the streets. Fuck gang banging. Fuck all of it.
Finish this, bro. This gotta go.
Because you're destroying your life. And
For
don't
somebody
nobody
else.
care about your
They don't
life
care?
like you
Like you.
supposed to be caring about your life.
I'm telling
Nobody
you.
sitting in jail in that ground,
Church.
but those that's in it. Think.
So Woody did a PSA too, man. Who knows if that was court ordered as well? But he basically saying, ain't
Nah,
no friends
bro.
in
He
this thing,
probably
man.
really-
Can't believe it. I mean, this is the guy
I
that
doubt that was court order. That's probably word from the shooter, bro. He probably having sleepless nights. He done been shot at a bunch of times. He done shot people for you. He done been in the middle of all this stuff. And then boom, he catch you popping bottles with the ops. I thought this was for life. If I'm willing to catch a life sentence for you, I thought that the gang was for life. That's why I mean, like, if you really believe that another human is gonna do that for you, then you're literally insane. Let's watch the streets die together.
toeing the line and fighting the war front line for YSL. Okay, and now he's feeling
And I
like
don't
he's
care if
feeling
you don't like me
betrayed,
about it.
even though
'Cause
he
I'm
done
not gonna
betrayed
die in the
Thug. But
streets.
really, like him getting on the stand and kind of being such an unreliable witness for the state is low key what saved Thug, if I'm honest with you. So,
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, Woody even having that opinion, being put in that position is crazy. But okay, YFN Lucci kind of can't catch a break. Okay, I did say his album was better than Thug's, but
Yeah,
people
Lucci
ain't
makes some
feeling
good
his
music.
stits. I think Big Spider got the fashion a little bit more unlocked than Lucci. They clowning him for his new look. All right, them baggy pants is too much. People saying he looked like a Labubu. I ain't gonna hold you. They were saying YFN Labubu up in this thing, man. That's actually crazy. Okay, he needs to work on that gut. I ain't gonna lie. I put on a little bit of weight.
Why they
Right, I
come
spent
out
too
of-
much time in the United
why
States
they come out
eating
the,
them burgers, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Why
I
they
need
come out
to
in worse shape?
just get
Ain't
back
nothing
on
to
my
do in prison,
fitness, bro.
but-
I need to get back on these
Never mind.
small English, small portion sizes and
Bro,
lose
they
that
not
belly
eat
because
the
I'll be
same
feeling
in
like
Europe,
wife and
bro.
Lucci
It's
some of these days. I
crazy,
ain't gonna
bro.
hold you. But yeah, they're not feeling Lucci's fit. But really, Lucci's just laughing about this whole situation. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Lucci at the crib just like, man, they cooking Thug. Like, yeah, I might throw him a little collab. Like, he need it right now. But anyway, it is actually not looking good for Thug. Okay, they're projecting that his album might only sell 30 to 40,000 copies. Okay, Young Thug's Ooh I Scooty is currently projected to debut in the top 10. Might be number 10 or 9. Like, these numbers are not good. Right, bear in mind he was
had all types of features
dunking on
there.
Gunna. I think he had like 89,000 units sold. Gunna had like 86 or 84 of his album dropped within a week of each other. But this isn't looking bad. And honestly, I don't think you would see Gunna doing these type of numbers
Gunna
ever
would
again.
never do them numbers.
And Thug, it really just goes to show you how the industry and the streets and the music and the fans, they ain't really rocking with Thug like that anymore, man.
The streets is dying.
Some people are defending him. It says that's just streams with his bundles. It might go to like 60, 70K, but that's kind of crazy that Young Thug's only doing 30 to 40K off of streams. For context, Wham! Lil Baby did 90K. Gunna's the last one, did 80K off the streams. So Thug doing half of his protege's numbers on his comeback album is not great, but numbers ain't the be all and end all. I actually think this project was decent. I think people are just disappointed because it's his comeback album.
It didn't have a lot of replay value to it. I mean,
people are defending him and saying, I mean, if you actually pay attention to his sales across his whole career, 60 to 70K is the average he's ever sold.
So he's below.
People saying 60 to 70K would be amazing for this project with all the negative publicity around it. It would be disappointing, but not shocked if it comes in around 40, 50K with disappointing bundle sales. Young Thug has had so many better songs sell 60 to 80K, but people are saying it's not crazy. Thug was never that guy with insane sales. It only looks crazy if you didn't know that. They're saying you got to cut it out with these excuses. This ain't 2014 no more. Thug is known worldwide and everybody was waiting on this. So him selling low is just because it was mid with no replay value.
No replay value. That's what I got from it.
People saying, anyway, yeah, we get the gist, right? We get the gist. We don't need to. Sometimes I find the whole sales conversation a little bit boring, but I think at the end of the day, because Young Thug hit
sales, that's because you talking about murder. You have to understand that everybody from the streets is making music so that one day they could get sales so they can make it out the trenches. So if you done made it out the hood and you're basically a voice for the hood, then the music sales really matter, because that's what everybody in the hood hustling for, the money. And the money in music is in music sales, merch sales, deals, and you can't get any of that if your numbers are down. That's why the sales and stuff matter much more than what you do in the streets. We're seeing this in live time. Oh, wait. The music is more important than the streets. Wait, the music was the outlet that made me make it out the trenches, not the guns. Whatever, bro.
Star so much on shitting on Gunna, beating Gunna, dropping the same day. We're going to get Gunna out here. He is being hung by his own petard. Everything that he said and hated on Gunna, everything he tried to put on Gunna, he's now depressed that he's now going through the same thing he tried to put intentionally on another man. And he ended up bouncing back doing the same thing to himself. So people saying that's all he did, even with bought streams. If he did it for Gunna, he definitely going to do it to himself. People saying, I don't think he's ever botted, but that's got to be cap. Here's an unpopular view, but it's his comeback album. It should do more, bro. It's his comeback album, meaning he's been locked up, out of game, rusty, lost connections and clout.
Not hearing that, bro.
The fact that it's still competitive, even though he's just getting back on his feet, is a sign of strength. I don't agree with that.
That's not true.
The social media age, none of that matters. You either got it or you don't. You got to stop making excuses for artists. The reason comeback albums are even expected to be big is because they're usually extremely hyped and garner a lot of attention, i.e. Lil Wayne or even Kai.
Bro, whose last court case got the amount of attention that Thug's got? OJ?
After going on a 5-year hiatus, even Gunna came out and dropped 90K with no features and no bundles. The album is just not good, and him going so hard at Gunna just for all the jail stuff to come out recently might have really put the nail in the coffin. He was saying, I think this project suffers from lofty expectations. If it was stripped down to just the best 8 tracks and it was marketed as a little EP or mixtape to feed the fans before his full-length project, I don't think it would have been badly received. But it's clear so wanted this to be a full-length long album as his comeback, and therefore a lot of the songs to me just feel really rushed and unnecessary. Again, there's a fun little tape in here if you pick out only the best songs, and I'm sure Thug should have taken his time with a more polished and cohesive full-length album. People saying, who cares? It's horrible for his standards. People are saying the thing's growing.
He did a whole promo run.
We saw the same information circulating on Atlantology. So bear in mind, even though people are hating, that was the Young Thug subreddit. That's supposed to be his guys, right? But they posted it in Atlantology, right? And the comments.
Atlantology?
They said,
man, watch out.
Man, watch out.
They said, man, watch out. we're in such a sensitive and critical time, and he want to play white boy
That's
with blue
what I'm
eyes on
saying.
his cover and say the N-word 127 times and thought he was about to
that's
do numbers.
bogus, bro.
All the yes men in his team need to be fired, and he needs to go to therapy
Stop saying the words
ASAP.
around me, bro. I'm
Saying
from the
all
block.
those
Why did you
antics
just say that, bro? He
just
could have
to
saved them damn
flop.
words.
That is
Don't
embarrassing.
say the T-word around
They're saying
me, bro.
YB did 49K. Whoop-de-doo.
What the fuck is wrong with this nigga,
Okay?
bro?
People
You
saying
tryna
if you
help
followed
my
Thug's
life?
career,
Get
this
the
isn't
fuck
a
outta
flop.
here.
This is actually quite good for him. It's good for him to regress to 50K in sales.
Stop
Nasty
saying shit
coke,
like that
man.
to me, bro.
They're saying Spider called in the bots. Whoop-de-doo. All right, whoopity-doo. He was never an
Whoop-de-doo.
artist who sold a lot. Why y'all thought he was bigger than he actually was? The Thug
'Cause he
hate
had the
train is
streets
chugging
behind
like
him.
crazy. Dudes forgetting basic stuff. I just seen a girl on Twitter say Thug makes mediocre trap.
Damn.
Out of his last solo
That's
albums,
crazy.
this is less than half his lowest selling project.
Business is business,
And that was
89K.
definitely botted. When Gunna sees this, I hope he understands he
Nah,
don't
he
need
don't,
Thug
folks,
at all.
'cause he don't make gangsta
He
music.
already understands it. His fans,
Folks in
however, need
Europe
to
can listen
understand
to
it
him.
and stop trying to hope for
So
Thug
he
to
don't need the
forgive and
streets.
reconnect with him.
The streets hate when you don't need
There's
the
that
streets.
any scenario you can see where Thug and Gunna get back on a track. All right. Spoiler, hell will
Thug
freeze
gonna need
over
Gunna
before
more
these
than
dudes
Gunna
get
need
back
Thug
to
now from the way
Alright,
the numbers are
it is
showing.
very sad.
Obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
Unbiased.
A lot of people
But just
didn't
look
even
at the
listen
numbers.
beyond
That's the
Ninja. They
truth.
called it trash and said they were good. I hope Thug gets his stuff together. Might just be better off switching in around his sound entirely if his core audience aren't vibing with the music. But some people are saying that he might have a Hail Mary up his sleeve. Okay, they're saying that the iScooty Deluxe will perchance drop next week with 5 extra tracks from the vinyl and the website, as well as a reordered track list, and notably the song Ninja being removed. Now, that's ironic because that's one of the most streamed songs on the project. You're going to take that
that's
off.
the one.
You're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, but it is what it is if that's what they want to do. Source, trust me, bro. Hopefully different artwork. I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking that he's going to do the artwork. I saw a lot of people where they changed his skin color to black on the original artwork where he's white. I feel like the deluxe is going to drop and he's going to be black on the deluxe. That's just my opinion, all right? That's just what I'm thinking. But naturally, Gunna fans were clowning Thug's abysmal potential sales. Right, the numbers ain't in yet. They already trashing him. All right, this is on the Gunna subreddit. How can you bash 80K pure streams and then change the script when it was time? How can a rapper and a fan base be manipulating the hip hop community? If I remember, the same fans bashing Gunna are now saying numbers don't matter, and it was a comeback tape.
Matter.
Laughing emojis.
The numbers
Bro, nobody can make sense of that rambling sentence. That's facts. For what it's worth, I knew this wasn't going to sell well. 40K sounds about right.
When I heard the song,
Right.
when I heard
Dude
the
has
album,
terrible
I knew
timing,
was
terrible
no replay
marketing.
value.
There were some bangers on it
And
though,
he had
so
a
that's
lot
a
of the
plus.
streets
He
not
just needs a
messing
better
with him.
manager or something.
Like, he got
Not sure who would be
he
in
got
charge of a
exposed for
legit rollout and
snitching
curating
and then
songs.
made an album.
I don't know. The sentence is pretty legible.
lost the streets.
He's saying that Thug's fans
That's
are
his
changing the
audience.
narrative on success while making of Gunna selling 40K, they turn around and make exclusive for Thug's albums doing 40K. Everyone needs grammar lessons in here. I'm not gonna cap. Everybody needs grammar lessons. Comparing Gunna to Thug is like comparing Cardi to Nicki. It's not even a fair fight. That is a perfect comparison. I think we all know that as a pure artist, Gunna is superior. The overwhelming support for a snitch tells you all you need to know. His music is too good to ignore, and Gunna is hot right now too. While Thug has been MIA ever since jail. The chart shouldn't be surprising, to be honest. Even though Thug has all of these features on his album, even before jail, a lot of his music was weirdo stuff, to be honest. Baby and Gunna really saved him from being seen as a whack job, but now people are forced to pick a side, and it's sad, but Thug really can't get his stuff sounding as good. People saying a top 10 debut ain't that bad, let's admit it. But you heard Thug when he was in jail talking about that album not going number one. He was like, damn, like, how are we not going one? Like, yo, what's the deal? He was ready to get Morgan Wallen whacked. I ain't gonna lie. He was talking about, yo, he's getting Morgan Wallen out the way. He needs to either join us or, you know what I'm saying, we might need to slime him out. So people were saying that XQC did an interesting reaction to Thug's Hard R. All right. Am I gonna be able to show this? I don't want to get in trouble. Stop. Okay, stop. All right, well, look, XQC didn't really have anything interesting to say, but he was basically just saying it's...
All right, yeah, I think that we got the info from this video. Let's see.
Phone and means. But anyway, people are saying that Thug really does need therapy. It's time for therapy.
Can
They're
y'all
quoting
stop?
my video and how sad it was.
We done with this video. We not gonna come on my channel talking about making our lives all types of better and not being street. I just told you I'm from the internet streets. We don't even do the T word where I'm from. We go get more gutter on front of them graves. Stop playing with MasoMoney. All right. I appreciate y'all for watching this video with MasoMoney. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.